welcome back to the channel. I'm Karen's, a pastry chef based in Jakarta, and this is my monthly edible garden update. So it is October now and we are coming into rainy season. I live quite high up in the apartment, so it does get insanely windy, and when there is a storm, my plants just seem like they are on the verge of flying off. So as expected, some of them are not doing too well. There's not much sun either and a lot of rain, so cucumbers are getting some powdery mildew, and the tomatoes are growing wild, but somehow the fruits are not turning red at all. And again, I'm being attacked by all these spider mites, which is so annoying. But other than that, the garden is thriving nonetheless. Look at this mess. It's time for a trim. That's some celery right there, and lettuces are looking beautiful. A lot of greens to harvest today. The spring onions also need some haircut. Ooh, and this lemon tree is popping up new bud. Picked up a vanilla plant as well, which is starting to adapt to the environment here. Now let's harvest some greens. So just taking the outside leaves. Usually I'll leave 3 or 4 leaves behind. And from there I have a whole basket full of mixed greens, which is perfect for dinner. And since we're also approaching the holiday season, I am also gonna be expecting not spending so much time here, so I will probably just start growing really easy to care for greens instead of any fruits that requires higher watering maintenance. So I germinated a few more lettuces and Asian greens recently. Well, not so recent. They're pretty overgrown and it is time to pot them up. I'm gonna mix some cocoa peat with vermicompost and random garden cuttings that I have saved over time. I know I should be composting on my own, but I have not yet started, so this is what I have right now. Just make sure everything's evenly mixed. Now the plants can have the new home. I'm potting up my current new favorite plant, which is the Brazilian spinach. It grows super fast and it's super delicious. And these are some napa cabbage, I think, if I'm not wrong. And that's it. So there's some lettuces as well, and I had some leftover napa cabbages, so I decided to pot them up in the lemon tree pot since it looked kind of lonely there. Hopefully it works. I think it would. And yes, indeed, it grew really well. And these new pots found a new corner in the balcony. So these are lettuces which did not survive really quick. I am also gonna direct sow some spinach seeds on these pots. It is much easier for spinach to be directly sown as the seedlings are really fragile and tiny, so it saves so much more work. Cover it and water it, give it some water, and it will pop up in a few days. Look at those babies. How cute. And I do the same for kangkong, so just sprinkle all those seeds all over the pot, and in a few days they pop up. And this is them in a few weeks and they are ready to be harvested. I also added a little herb corner so they can thrive on their own. Let me catch you up on the bigger plants in the garden. So first up is this watermelon, which I saw a little one pop up. Finally, I got really excited, so I trimmed off all the excess vines because there were like 2 or 3 in the pot, and left only this one vine with that little melon, hoping that it would grow. And this is the very sick cucumber plant full of mildew, but yet there are still some cucumbers growing and they are all in funky shapes, which I love. How cute is that? Super wonky. And as days went by, it turned even more yellow, so I thought that it was time to say goodbye after picking up the rest of the cucumbers. Still makes me so happy. Alright, bye bye plant. Time to go. And when I checked up on the watermelon a few days later, it's rotting, which is so sad. So yep, with all that frustration, I decided to just chop the whole plant off too. That is a lot of plant waste, and I still have yet to start composting at this time. So what I did was collect it in a big bowl and yeah, just use it randomly when I need to add it to more soil. I know it doesn't work that way, but you know, I couldn't bear to let all these garden cuttings go to waste. Next up is the eggplants, which are fruiting really well. These are small and round eggplants which are super soft and juicy. That's another little one popping up. Oh, and the wind was so strong that it made my eggplant grow this way, which is so ugly. Probably do something about that. Maybe I hope I can tie a string to it. We'll see what we can do. I also started hand pollinating my plants, as you guys have taught me in the previous videos in the comment section, so I really appreciate it. Thank you, and it works wonders. Many eggplants came out of this, and I've been doing it ever since. Here is a funky little guy that grew against the glass, and it has a very flat side, which is so funny. And finally, these are my cherry tomatoes, which I have been very lazy to prune off the suckers, so it just went wild. And this is when it's about to rain really hard. The next day after the rain, it's all wonky. Finally decide to trim off those suckers, and it is hard decisions to make each time. Which one should I sacrifice? Do you guys feel me? Comment down below if you do. Again, I've been hand pollinating these flowers, and yes, it did bear me a lot of fruit. So exciting to see those. But honestly, these tomatoes did not taste the best. The skin was quite thick and tough. And I did switch them out to these small, tinier, rounder tomatoes called Tiny Tims, and they are much sweeter, and I will talk more about that in the next video. These guys got wrecked by the rain so many times, but yet still surviving just fine. Amazing. Oh, and I also sowed some dragon fruit seeds, and it seems like it's growing. Don't know what to be expecting of this, but it's kind of cute. And that is my monthly garden update. And as usual, if you like what you see, don't forget to give it a like, hit that subscribe button if you have not, and I'll see you in the next one.